Internet world is a big bad world. Social
Yeah.
media is it's a trap.
It's extremely relevant in today's time. It's about social media. It's,
Yeah.
like how Prateik just said that, it's all young people, and and also I think the theme is very youth driven, because I think it's extremely required in today's day and age to see what all social media can really do and how you need to be careful.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to PeepingMoon.com. I'm Rashita Sahani, and today I'm extremely pleased to be chatting with the cast of Chakravyuh, welcoming Prateik Babbar, Simran, Kaur, and Ruhi Singh. Hi, you guys. How have you been?
Hi, Rashita.
Hi.
Hello, what's up?
You tell me. The trailer released, and I watched it. It looks really intense and action-packed, of course, and also interesting. But you tell me, what prompted you to be on the show?
Prateik, you want to start?
Sure. I was immediately drawn towards the show because of the character. First was the character because it's a cop. It's always been on my wish list. Second was the story and obviously the trilogy, the books that Mr. Piyush Jha wrote, Pencil Box Killer, Antisocial Network, and the third I'm forgetting. But it's a beautiful read. It is an intense and gripping and intriguing read. The story, and then that being converted into a script. Season 1, 2, and 3. We've read season 1. We've only read season 1 till now, but it just keeps you wanting more, absolutely wanting more. You want to hear more. You want to know what's happening with all the characters. It was an absolute sell. As soon as all of it, it's just one after the other. It was the cop, then the books, then the story, and then all the material to play with and kind of create this dynamic cop character. I think it just felt like it was meant to be. Rashida.
Okay, that's great. Simran, what about you?
So I was actually, I'm a huge fan of this genre, thriller, and I've always wanted to be a part of it. And I was looking for a script which is hatke, which is different, as in character-wise, the character which I'm supposed to play, because there are so many thrillers, but the character I wanted to play, I wanted it to be not run-of-the-mill. I wanted it to be different. And with this series, I think I have. I'm quite happy to say that it gave me that satisfaction of playing that role that I'm really excited about. And Rashita, when you read when you watch the show, I read the script. Yeah. When you watch the show, it is a back-to-back binge-worthy show. Like, it is so, you will be so engrossed and drawn into it. Like, I couldn't put the script down. मैंने रात को पढ़नी शुरू की, and I was like, चलो मैं सुबह थोड़ा continue करूँगी. But मैंने रात को जो पढ़ना शुरू किया, I binge read it. इतनी मोटी booklet थी, मैंने पूरा रात को बैठ के पढ़ा. It was so amazing. So I think that script was, and my role and my character was like, I want to do this show.
Hats off to the writers, Rashida. We have to give them credit for just creating absolute magic with the screenplay and the dialogues.
It grips you. It's gripping.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So it was the script and the role for Simran and Prateik. What was it for you, Ruhi?
Well, exactly the same. The story is beautiful. It's extremely gripping, like Simran said, and it's a thriller, my favorite genre again. Also, what gives me the most satisfaction as an actor is to be able to play all these versatile characters. And I feel like I'm pretty blessed to be getting an opportunity to be playing the role of Sagarika, to be a part of, Chakravyuh, as I just played a cop in Bang Bang. And now I play a victim, and it's like completely different spectrum of emotions. And, I'm getting to challenge so much, like myself so much. And I think that's what the fun part is about being an actor, to be able to portray all these different characters and to be able to really challenge yourself and, perform. So yes, that exactly was the reason. Also, the cast is such a stellar cast. There's Prateik Babbar, there's Simran, our director.
Shiv Pandit, there's so many.
Yes.
There's
Amazing
just I mean, listen, if nothing, people are just, people are going to be mesmerized by all the beauty.
I was going to say amazed, but mesmerized is a better word.
Mesmerized with all our beautiful women and all the,
All right.
With the beautiful women.
And the man.
No, I mean, obviously,
He's totally underestimating himself.
Yeah, Prateek and his performance and the body.
and Shiv, Shiv.
Oh yes.
Shiv.
Yeah.
I wonder why Shiv isn't with us. Anyway, I guess he's busy. But wow, we have a proper face-off, Shiv Pandit and myself.
Yeah.
So that give and take was very important for us to portray that hate for each other, I think.
Yeah.
So he was an absolute breeze. He gave me exactly what I needed to portray that hate and to show that conflict. And I hope I've done the same. But I mean, no, I think it's just, it's fallen into place beautifully with all the characters. And I think all of us are very eager to watch it, and we can't wait for 12th March.
I'm sure, definitely. Okay. So Simran, tell me, the kind of character that you play, sometimes, it takes a toll on you even off screen. So did something of that, or did you go through that while shooting for Chakravyuh?
For this particular web series, we had a workshop before we got onto the set, and all of us were there. And I think that was where the first time I met Ruhi, I met Prateek, I met Shiv. And that workshop kind of helped us getting into the skin of the character and understanding the character of the layers and what's required. As far as for me, it's very easy to switch on and off. So I have never faced a situation where I'm still carrying that baggage of the character. Probably I haven't yet played a character which is so intense, that it takes a toll on me. So maybe I haven't yet been able to do that. But with Naina, I feel in that workshop, those 3 days, I did hold on to her, because it did get very intense. But I think in that workshop, I also learned to let go. So for me, that was the trial and error ground where I could switch on and switch off. So that kind of helped. And I think somewhere if that had not happened, then it could have probably been more challenging.
Okay. And Prateek, playing an inspector, what kind of training and special prep did you have to go through? Because of course, I'm sure it's been an action-packed role for you as well.
Yes, we did. We did have some prep for the character of Vika. Like Simran said, we had workshops, where that helped us really kind of dig deep and tap into emotions that that maybe we weren't aware of. But that was one aspect of it. That the other was watching some reference films, having some your own kind of personal prep where you are inspired by similar characters, and you kind of want to you kind of take inspiration and so all that. And then I did meet a few cops here and there. I completely
you did
completely forgot Sim.
That's nice.
In fact, they came on the set and I spent some time. I completely forgot this. I just remembered since I don't know why.
Wow.
They came to set. We had a good long talk with them. I understood, kind of observed their demeanor, and I also I wanted to get the salute and standing
The posture.
and everything, and the salute I wanted to get right. So we kind of some senior cops were there to help with that. Sorry, what was the question again?
The training and the prep.
Right, to training. So there we go. So that was one aspect, and there was the workshop, obviously, and then the references. I actually was very inspired by the Jason Bourne films. Jason Bourne films and 24. Both I've watched. The Indian 24 with Sanil Kapoor and the one in Hollywood with Jack Bauer with Kiefer Sutherland. So and because he's an inspector, but he's also, I always on my wish list, because we're part of Indian cinema, Hindi cinema, on my wish list to play a cop was always the cop in the khaki uniform with the hat.
Oh yes.
The 3-star, all that. But here,
even though he's a very stylish cop.
He's very stylish. He has, in fact,
he's not your typical cop. He's very stylish.
Yeah. Very stylish. No, not the typical cop. Not no uniform, no khaki waki. So he's wearing. He's a cool dude. He's a no nonsense cool dude.
Very serious, no nonsense.
Yeah, very serious. and like I mentioned earlier, Rashita, the material had so much meat. The script, the character sketch, all of it, the dialogue, screenplay had so much meat to play with, and really kind of we let our kind of, just because with all the material, we let our imagination run wild and kind of take the lead, it's done wonders. It's done wonders, and I think it was absolutely worthwhile. Everything that we did and we prepared for was, even though it might have been taxing, and it was difficult, and physically tiring and exhausting, but all of it was 100% worthwhile. I think it is only going to add to the show and to our characters, I think.
Okay, and I'm sure it will be even more worth it once the audience has watched the show and they, understand what it really is.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So Ruhi, you tell me, what was your approach to play your character?
Well, now that I think about it, and the whole, because we shot it a little while ago, so now the whole process is coming back to us.
2019,
nostalgia.
we shot it in?
Huh?
Yeah, 2019 we shot it in.
19, mid-19.
Yeah, mid-19.
Oh, it's been long, yeah.
It's been long.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah. So, now that I think about it, it's actually the most difficult character I've ever played in my life. Okay. So she's someone who's, your super young, excited girl, and whatever can go wrong in one's life in terms of social media, and how it can completely destroy you, and what all it can do to a person like that. And this was actually very emotionally taxing for me. Like Simran obviously has a lot more experience, and she's able to be this switch on, switch off actor. But for me in 2019, I remember I was playing such a difficult character. I wanted to obviously do my best. I did the workshops and everything, and but there were some scenes, now that I think about it, they were so challenging for me. And I remember I actually got some standing ovations for a few of those.
Oh, wow.
And
wow.
Yes, and I remember there was this one favorite scene of mine, which I'm not going to obviously mention here. You will watch it in the show. My favorite scene I've ever performed in life. It's pretty emotional, pretty sad, pretty shocking, very shocking. you had to like, I wasn't supposed to be embarrassed at all. That's what the brief was, that listen, be raw with your emotions, let it be, don't think about anything, because had I thought about things, I wouldn't be able to perform. So I did let go, and I did that one scene. I remember the entire crew, a lot of my crew actually cried.
Wow.
They had tears in their eyes, and that was the biggest compliment, because I was like, you know what, I'm here to prove myself. I'm here to tell people that, you know what, I can do this, I can act. And when that scene, Aarti ma'am, I remember, had told me, the entire night, she was like prepping me for it. Ruhi, this is it. This is your time. You got to show me you can do this. Ma'am, don't worry. So yeah, so this has been an emotional roller coaster, the whole shoot for me in terms of my character. And I have so much hope from this web series. All of us have given our all, given it all to the show. And I really hope the audience sees the hard work behind it and they enjoy watching the show.
I'm sure they will. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. And, talking about crime thrillers and murder mysteries, there have been so many shows and films surrounding this genre on the web space. If I ask you, as the cast of Chakravyuh, how do you explain that, how is this show going to be different than whatever we have watched before? If one reason each you all can give.
I think it's very pacey. Like, it's so fast. The fact that it gives you no time to sit back and think and, and take in. It's just
There's
so
no
pacey. Things are happening so fast that you wouldn't even get, oh, what just happened? Oh, what just happened?
Okay.
I mean, I think it's the pace, which is quite different from the other shows. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what my take is.
Okay.
If Prateik and Ruhi can maybe add something.
Yes, definitely a pace to it. Definitely a pace to it. Definitely no time to kind of introspect and brood over what's happened. It's just, and it's so easy to understand. It's an absolute breeze, but I think it's different because there's a lot of young characters in this. I feel like everybody is looking really young, so I just feel like it's normally shows you have a mix of older people and kind of younger people, and sure, this also has that, but the crux is all about how the youth is kind of is the youth and is kind of the driving force of the entire story, and everything that's going wrong and right or whatever. It's young, it's fast, it's sexy, and it's not at all it's not ridiculous. It's not something you can't believe. It's not something like you haven't seen or heard before. It happens, and I think also what is interesting is because there's so many twists and turns in the entire show with all the characters, and the fact that it's all driven by young people is going to make it very, very interesting, I think.
Just as when you think, and just as when you think you've figured it all out, you've actually not.
You haven't.
Okay.
Sorry, Ruhi, you were saying something.
So, I feel that also, I mean, Prateik and Simran, like as they said, it's really fast, it's high pace, but at the same time, I believe that it's extremely relevant in today's time. It's about social media. It's, like how Prateik just said that, it's all young people, and and also I think the theme is very youth driven, because I think it's extremely required in today's day and age to see what all social media can really do and how you need to be careful. All of these characters are extremely dynamic, and there's so much happening in the show. But the good part is it's very easily understandable. So you don't get confused. There's no confusion. It's just
Yeah.
fast paced. You want to know what's next. Like I remember I was watching Homeland and I didn't want to move. I was like, oh, I want to know what's next. So I really hope that, with our show as well, people want to know what's next. Like
What next? Yeah.
who's doing what? So yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah, I think Ruhi summed it up. The internet world is a big bad world. Social
Yeah.
media is it's a trap.
Yeah.
It's an absolute trap, and I think we have elaborated on how big a trap this is, and it's been driven like we all said by young ambitious boys and girls, and it's a very, very it's a pretty deep insight on this big bad world of the dark web, and yeah, I think it's very informative. People can learn a lot, and obviously this show can create awareness in that aspect, in about the world of internet and all the wrongdoings, all the right doings, whatever, it's
Yeah.
just I think it's gonna intrigue a lot of people, and I mean, I'll be honest, I learned so much on the show about Bitcoin. I mean, there's a lot about the dark web and Bitcoin dealings and scams and
Yeah, I also learned one thing. जितने भी आके मैंने घर पे जितनी भी TVs है सबके वो होते हैं ना cameras, सब पे
Cameras.
sticker लगाया है. I have stickers. I'm not taking any chances.
Yeah, no risk.
it's,
Yeah.
oh, but we're really looking forward, fingers crossed, people and audiences like what they see, like the characters, and live our story with us, inshallah.
Definitely. And I'm sure everyone is also excited to watch it because the kind of response the trailer also released is pretty good received. So yeah. Okay, that is it. Thank you so much, Prateik, Simran, and Ruhi. It was
you,
a
Rashita.
fun chat, and thank you for chatting with me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rashida.
All the
See
very
you.
best for the show.
Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.